A pleasure? You know what? I don't see any use for this anymore. Now, as bad as this year already is right now, it already has been the worst, like, piece of my own personal history. And I could tell that a lot of people out there are probably going to be feeling, well, at least similar effects to the ones that I am currently experiencing right now. But the big thing that I'm going to try to put together as, well, peacefully as possible is the fact that, well, back in March 2021, about 2 months ago almost, I basically uploaded a fully incomplete version of what was supposed to be my latest feature film project, Inhospitality. And unfortunately, I was almost unable to pretty much complete the project on time, so I pretty much put it on hold until, well, just a couple weeks ago. So, May 4th, 2021, though, has come and gone. So, this just means that I'm now officially late for this whole entire thing. So some people out there are actually wanting to know why that is. And that's pretty much why I'm here today, to go ahead and put this together. It's been about 9 days. Today's May 13th, 2021. And although we're already nearing, well, the halfway mark between this whole month, from the beginning and the end, well, I could certainly tell you, inhospitality is what I consider to be inhospitable. Yeah. And I literally mean inhospitable. And why that is simply because of all the things that I've basically been trying myself to comprehend. But at this point, I just don't see any logical explanation behind this. It's bad enough that we already have to endure such an awful piece of history like this. Modern era times like this should not have to have something like this. But yet it does. Oh my gosh. It's as if every single day that I continue to have, I just can't seem to find anything decent. Nothing about it, like nothing about this in particular is a joke. Nothing about this is any laughing matter at all. We're in a pandemic. We're fighting for our rights and equality. We're fighting for freedom, liberty, and equality. And it just doesn't seem to be coming through the way it should be. I don't even know who's to blame here at this point. Combined with this, we're also having to endure a lot of celebrities dying off. And as terrible of a time this has been, like, I seriously would rather have it any other way possible. If I could just live inside of a burning building, that'd be a whole lot better than having to suffer at a mental and physical level just to watch my people die off. Because nobody around seems to care about what is happening. Man, if I ever have to talk about how idiotic it was to call 2020 the worst year ever, when that is absolutely untrue, ever again, then I feel like I might as well go ahead and punch through a window. Bare-fisted. Literally. And I don't know if there's anything that could change that, because The way I'm feeling right now is as comparable to Mount Pinatubo exploding at midnight when it should be dormant. Man, if there's any possible way that I can describe this analogy any further, then I myself feel like I could go brain dead. Mentally, I am absolutely shot. Very shot. And the whole thing about what we're trying to deal with here right now is continuing to get worse as time goes on. So I'll just lay it out for you right now while I can. We aren't even through May 2021, and this is already becoming the worst year ever in the entire existence of humanity, time, all matter, everything that is possible. And I'll give you 5 reasons, just to name a few. The pandemic, a huge controversy surrounding Uber and Lyft, especially with that one video where a few people happen to be abusing the power of themselves and just straight up putting others in danger by exposing themselves. They straight up take their masks off like it's no big deal. And the third, of course, well, groom tubers. Man, oh man, I feel like that can never get old. When is this gonna stop? When are people gonna stop becoming pedophiles? There's no reason for any of this, good or bad. No reason at all to become a freaking pedophile. At all. 4th reason, man, we are having to witness a lot of our most beloved celebrities out there, and I mean a lot of them, die off just like that. Oh, man. And a 5th reason, out of all the ones that I could have picked out of, we are now having to face as big of problems in terms of racial injustice as we possibly could have. Officer Chauvin may be behind bars, but that right there is probably a 1,000th of the tip of the peripheral iceberg right here out of all police corruption that's ever been dealt with in history. I could never make any of this stuff up. I just gave you 5 reasons. This is the worst year in history. And I mean it. I might as well keep saying it until the day I die. Because, well, I don't really want to bias myself too much. When am I ever going to stop saying the word bias? How many times do I have to go on hearing the word bias being used all the time? But you know what? I truly don't know what the future will hold up. But I can sure tell you that the future of this year in particular is not getting any better. And I'm dead serious about that whole thing itself. As I've said in my video, December 2020, describing my 2020 honestly, I clearly pointed out that 2020 was a good year. Very good, almost too good, the way I saw things. We might have had a pandemic then, but the results that are stemming from how bad the pandemic was back then, compared to how it is now, was clearly nothing, the way I saw fit. The way we're dealing with it right now, this year, is clearly worse. But man, what a way to get extremely off track and like out of context almost. But I feel like that's just what needed to happen. I felt like having to express myself because of all the lies that people have built up based on 2020 as a whole, compared to how today is treating all of us here. I mean, I'd rather have the internet deleted and then rebooted than see more lies of people talking about 2020 being the worst year ever, when this is the worst one ever, And that's a fact. Nothing about this is a lie, an opinion, a sarcastic comment. Oh, man, I cannot take it anymore. Well,